The next logo we're going to be taking a look at is the logo of Nine Inch Nails. This logo has remained virtually unchanged throughout the course of all of their albums. However, the creative use and placement of their logo features prominently. Alright, so now let's talk about Nine Inch Nails. I'm going to talk about three different things. One, the logo is extremely distinct and easily recognizable. And again, we're going to talk about the psychology of the logo this time, not necessarily of the band name. Lastly, we're going to talk about the attitude of the logo. So first, if you're not familiar with the Nine Inch Nails, you've probably seen someone wearing this logo somewhere because you virtually can't go outside for, any real length of time in any populated area without seeing this logo somewhere. This logo was created by Gary Talpas and Trent Reznor. Trent Reznor is basically the whole band in Nine Inch Nails. He plays every instrument on the studio albums, and he's the lead singer, writes all the lyrics, etc. And then when he goes on tour, he hires a band and brings people with him. There are a couple of reasons that this logo is genius, and I'm only going to touch on a few of them today. Hopefully you get a good idea, looking at this case study, of what great logo design plus your band name can achieve. So, right out of the gates, Nine Inch Nails. You've got N-I-N. These are the Nine Inch Nails initials, but the backwards N over here makes the entire logo symmetrical. So if we cut a line down the center right here, the right side is the same as the left side. This is important for a couple of reasons. One, it's easy to pick out. Symmetrical things, real easy to pick out. I don't necessarily always think that symmetry is the perfect way to go. It's not usually as exciting. This would be one of the exceptions to that rule. Another thing is it's a rectangle. Simple shapes. We talked about this in the good design. Simple shapes. Your mind can easily wrap Your mind can easily wrap itself around a simple shape like a rectangle. This is something that I'm sure some people have put together, but I've never heard it voiced before. But it's something that I've always thought, when you're growing up, we'll get into the psychology now, when you're growing up at some point, we're talking early years, 1 and 2, certain colors, you recognize colors, and your aptitude for remembering those colors, your neurons become hypermyelinated. In layman's terms, that means your brain more easily recognizes colors and is more receptive to learn the different colors at a certain time. The same thing with sounds. And one of the first things that human children are programmed to recognize is their mother's face. And I'm sure if you've watched any of Justin Z's movie poster tutorials, you know that the eyes are extremely important. These are one of the most expressive features of a human face. So with that in mind, let me show you this. Look at how angry that little kid is. Look, he's screaming. He is intense. And if we use just a little bit of creative license here. Let me go and create a new layer. Watch this. Look what shape we get here if we just draw a little bit. Okay. See, we're really angry. And as you get older, there's actually usually a line in here, but since this kid is young, his skin is still taut. But look at that. I've always thought that the Nine Inch Nails logo looked like a real angry dude. These are his eyebrows. This is human features and psychological human recognition at its best right here. We recognize the eyes first when we're children. And man, I'm telling you, if the Nine Inch Nails logo isn't the eyebrows of a really angry dude, I don't know what is. So with this fact alone, you've got a whole world of complete instant recognition built into your logo. It's simple shapes. It's something that it's something that humans are programmed to recognize immediately. One of the first things that we recognize as children is the eyes, and this is the shape of anger. If you listen to Nine Inch Nails music, which I'm playing in the background right now, you can hear, man, there are some really angry parts. We fit the music. We're recognizable instantly. In fact, probably more than instantly. This is the most recognizable logo. I can't stress that enough because it amazes me at how brilliant this particular logo is. In addition to that, we've got simple shapes right here in the rectangle. This literally covers every aspect of what we were talking about in good logo design. You've got form following function. 9 Inch Nails is the name of the band. NIN is the basic shape of the logo. You've got shape dynamics and a good flow to how your eyes move across this image. Again, you know, you've got, we move straight across. This is fantastic. On top of that, you've got multifunctionality. This thing has appeared on near every piece of clothing or tattoos or anything that you can possibly imagine. Totally represents the band. Instantly recognizable. This, to me, despite the fact that I do enjoy the band and they're one of my favorites, this is the best logo in rock music history, in my opinion. Now, according to a couple of other people, that may be wrong, and that's fine, but this is the culmination. This represents everything you need in a band. People instantly recognize it. It's... I mean, I'm repeating myself here. I could just say this over and over and over. This is what you're looking at. This is what you're looking for, rather. You want this in your band. Now, you can't really call your band 9 Inch Nails, and unfortunately, the angry face is already taken, so you're gonna have to come up with something else. Hopefully, just as creative. I don't know. Maybe your band is Oh. Okay, that's probably a bad idea. Anyway, 9 Inch Nails has also used their logo to tremendous effect over the course of their history. The first time that it appeared was on one of their first albums. This is actually a single called Down In It. If we zoom in way over here, nope, not too far, you can just barely make out the little 9 Inch Nails logo right here. It's probably real tough to see, but trust me, it's right here. Here's the rectangle. And then you've got the NIN right here. Anyway, if you ever see the original single for Down In It, there's the 9 Inch Nails logo hidden way up in the corner there. This is one of the logos that not only is it brilliant, I suspect they just stumbled upon it, but not only is it brilliant, but they've had it since the very beginning of their history. Now, some of the logos we've looked at, such as the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, these are logos that were built after the band had already been formed. The graphic designer had a background to draw from and some idea of what these bands were, what they were about, and what they sounded like. So that's a little after the fact. But 9 Inch Nails could not have possibly gotten it better. In addition to that, 9 Inch Nails is one of those bands that understands, again, just like U2, which we looked at first, the importance of icons. In their last album, their last studio album, which was called The Slip, which is right here, in their last studio album, every single song has its own icon. So these here are just some of the icons from The Slip. Anyway, I could literally talk about the 9 Inch Nails logo all day long. This logo is actually from the album just before The Slip. But anyway, you get the idea. The logo has become so important that even when we have the downward spiral, which initially did not include the logo here, when they remastered it, they put the logo there. Again, I don't necessarily know that it needed the logo, but it's that instantly recognizable that they put it there when they remastered the CD. So anyway, there's 9 Inch Nails, and that's all for now. Please remember to comment, rate.
Hey everyone, before you go, I want you to keep in mind that this video is part of a larger series. And if you click the link right below this screen, it'll take you to the full course outline where you can then select lesson by lesson which ones you want to watch. In addition to that, this particular video was a case study. If you have a band that has a logo that you'd like us to go over and explain the design of the logo and how it works, then just send your requests to requests@mahalo.com. Thanks for watching. I'm going to take a look at a logo now, and I'll show you later.